PPT? Okay. Can you see the PPT? Everybody? Oh, very nice. So today we are going to learn body language. Now, verbal and non-verbal communication. So whatever communication we do, it has two forms. One is verbal, one is non-verbal. Can somebody tell me what is verbal communication, what is non-verbal communication? Can somebody tell me? Okay. So whatever we communicate or convey through words is called verbal, and whatever we communicate through eyes, our posture, gesture, right? All these things is known as non-verbal. Now, do you understand what is the difference between non-verbal and verbal communication? So, as you can see in the PPT, eye contact, facial expression, posture, gesture, and personal space. Personal space meaning the distance between you and the person you are talking, right? So this is what is called non-verbal. So a lot of communication depends on this. Now I'm asking you the simple question: what do you think is more important, verbal communication or non-verbal communication, and why? Listen to the answer carefully. What do you think is more important, verbal communication or non-verbal communication, and tell me why? I asked a simple question: what do you think is more important, verbal communication or non-verbal communication?
Hello, ma'am. Okay, I think
Yes,
verbal communication is more better than non-verbal communication.
yes, Ajoy.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible? Hello,
Ajoy, what do you think is more important?
ma'am. I think
Verbal
verbal communication is more important than non-verbal communication because in verbal communication we can use words and
Ajoy,
facial
I'm not able to
expression.
hear whatever you are saying. Other students are able to hear him?
Hello,
Hello?
hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. Ajoy, can you please repeat because I couldn't hear you completely.
Okay, ma'am. I think verbal communication is more important than non-verbal communication because in verbal communication, we can use word, phrase, and different types of sentences. But in non-verbal communication, we use eye contact, face expression, posture, gesture. Mainly, we can use verbal communication with more express our knowledge and our thoughts. But we use non-verbal communication for when we meet someone that in far away
Mhm.
from ours, then we can sign him some gestures and eye contact to see our connection. That is, thank you.
Anybody else? Anyone else would like to share anything?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
For me, I think they are both important because it
Mm-hmm.
depends on the situation. Like there are some people with disabilities, like they can't talk. So
Mm-hmm.
when when you're communicating with those people,
Mm-hmm.
non-verbal communication is there important too. So I think they are both
Mm-hmm.
important. It depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very nice. Anybody else? Okay. So I want you to watch one video before we decide anything on this. Are you able to hear the video properly? Uh-uh. Okay, in that case, I will just no problem. I will just share a video link to you and watch the video for first 10 minutes. Okay. Just watch this video for first, some 7 to 10 minutes and then we'll discuss this. You can complete the video after the class. Don't watch the entire video, but just watch it.
Hello, hello.
Yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, Francis. Hello. Yes, watch and those who have watched, please tell. Okay, could you finish watching the video? Okay, thank you for doing this. Uh, so, what do you think? What did you learn from the video? What does the video say? Okay, you don't need to watch it completely. Please come back here, everybody. Stop watching. Now, tell me, what did you learn from the video? You can complete the video after the lecture. Please tell me, what did you learn from the video? Yes. What did you watch in the video? Can you please tell me?
In the video, ma'am, we can see ladies tell us that non-verbal expression of power and dominance, and we can see that when own a, we own some sports, and then we arms our up, and when we said we do the opposite gesture, like we wrap ourselves up, and
Yes.
when we see our opposite side are more powerful than ours, then we are showed a smaller gesture compared to them. That's it.
Okay. Somebody says not only humans but also animal use body language. Yes, that's true. But the interesting thing about body language is, yes. Somebody is saying, Joseph, please go ahead.
Yes, what I learned from the video is that both non-verbal and verbal communication, like, they complete each other. Like, one one needs another one
Okay.
for for a better communication. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Nobody else? Okay. Now I'm going to share a PPT. So what I was trying to say, why did we watch the video is because video is very important. It tells us the importance of body language, right? So the body language is very important. We not only understand the intentions of others through body language, but we also can shape our own brain, right? This is the video. You can watch it at the end of the session. It says that if you change your body language, your mind will produce a certain kind of emotion. For example, if you are feeling nervous, but if you modify your body language to something which is confident, your you will start feeling confident. So even if you are feeling nervous, you display the body language which shows confidence and you will start feeling confidence. Okay, so this video says that body language is actually very important in communication, and here are we are going to see some of the very important aspects of body language. Just a minute, let me share the PPT with you. Yes, very nice. It expresses many things that we can't express verbally. Okay, so first we are going to have, uh, you know, see. earlier we used to think that they are 50-50 importance, or words are more important, but here you can see that from this PPT that the body language is 65% of total communication. Could you see that? Could you read that? So it shows that it is 85%, right? Now let us see the next one. This is the video which I've already seen. Now, first thing in the list is eye contact. Eye contact is considered to be the window of the soul. Window of the soul is, see, your words may lie. You may also manage the gesture and other body language, but eyes are, something that is probably connected with our souls. When you see in someone's eyes, you may understand lot many things that cannot be expressed in words, right? You have never seen the person before, you do not have any acquaintance with that person, but the moment you see the eyes of a particular person, you can understand lot many things about that person, may it be good or bad. There is a sort of invisible connection with speaker and the listener through eye contact. When a person makes an eye contact, he or she is sincere, confident, and relaxed. So this is what we can understand if somebody makes an eye contact with you. So it is sincere, confident, and relaxed gesture. Even eye contact shows the interest. So if somebody does eye contact with you, it shows that you're interested. Okay, one has a practice presentation in front of the mirror to practice the eye contact. If you are preparing for presentation, just a minute, there is some noise going on. Let us wait for some time. Okay. Okay. Um, so sorry for the disturbance. Some carpentry work was going on somewhere outside the lobby, and it was so much of distraction. Okay. So, but you see, in eye contact, there are also some cultural implications. For example, Americans prefer soft eye contact, and Asians prefer very less eye contact. Okay. Now you think about the audience. See, if you do not maintain an eye contact whenever you are talking or giving a presentation, this is what will happen to your audience. They would be either gaping or napping. Okay. The next is, there are different types of eye contacts. There are three types of eye contacts, which is called the sweeping, the spot, and the float. Now, what is sweeping? When you look across the hall or across the class, across the entire audience, it is called sweeping. Then while talking with somebody, or let's say you are interacting with particular audience, So you look at a particular audience, and that is called the spot. And there is the third type of eye contact, which is called the float. So when you look at the audience in a random order, it is called the float. Now then next comes the facial expression. So the expression that we wear on the face, that includes eyes and the full face. They are called facial expressions. Now, these are some of the expressions which are quite universal. So, the first is fear, the second is contempt, third is disgust, next is anger, then is a sadness, then happiness and surprise. Okay, so can you guess this expression? What is Can you really say what expression is this? Quickly. Sadness. Very nice. Okay. Anyone else? Any other guess? Okay. Fine. So this is called a broad smile. This is called wearing a frown. Then she's winced. Then a dirty look, raised eyebrow, a beaming. It is called beaming ear to ear. It is called a very long face. The purple with rage, and that is why the emoji of anger is also purple in color. There is a usage in English, it's called purple with rage. And if looks could kill, it might look like this. So yes, we can say that looks could kill. Do you find this funny? Okay. Now we are moving towards the next thing. Yes, it is posture. So there are some common postures: arms folded across the chest, which shows an unsympathetic attitude. Then arms held loose, which is called open and positive attitude. Upright posture, high status, I am the boss. You know, bowing head, that is lower status. Sideway, lean, relaxation, friendliness. Self-wrapping, withdrawal or self-protection. Slouching with forward lean is lowliness. Moderately upright is enthusiasm. So these are some standard meanings of some standard postures. These are some positive and negative examples. Just read it and then I'll explain this. Okay. So I hope you must have read this. So standing with confidence says stomach in, chest out, shoulders back, hands up. Right hands on the knees indicate readiness. Locked hands behind the head states confidence. Lock your hands behind your back indicate self-control. Hands on the hips indicate impatience. Sitting with a leg over the arm of the chair suggests confident indifference. and crossed arms indicate submissiveness or defensiveness, right? This is another YouTube video for body language. Let us see. Okay. Now I'm sharing the link and you watch the next video. Please watch the next, continue watching the video from where you have stopped, right? So watch this video continuously from where you have stopped. So you, I think, stopped at 8 minutes. So you may complete if you wish, or I am going to share present the screen. So let us complete it. Hello. Let me present the screen. Just let me know once the screen is visible to you. Yeah, I understood. That's a great observation. But however, it is not. Is the screen visible to you, all of you? Yes, very nice. So let us watch this video from here. Last part of the passage says that numbers can create a lot of misunderstanding. It can create it can mislead the people, and that's why basically option E is all about. Here's why option E clear. I got your point. I got your point. No matter that option is not available. Yeah. So considering the options that we have, the misappropriate unconscious, as if community is the honesty. Listening further and simply agreeing to do because of this statement, many young people actually don't use their gestures and their phone option, option A, B, C, and D. The person that they're supposed to use as opposed to appropriate option. Considering the first statement in your mind, the second can very clearly lead to identify the pattern of helpless sentence. Identify the topic sentence and identify the appropriate option. And giving you 3 minutes to do this task.
sets of tapes and they say, oh, we want to hire these people, all the high power posers. We don't want to hire these people. We also evaluate these people much more positively overall. But what's driving it? It's not about the content of the speech. It's about the presence that they're bringing to the speech. We also, because we rate them on all of these variables related to sort of competence, like how well structured is the speech, how good is it, what are their qualifications, no effect on those things. This is what's affected, these kinds of things. People are bringing their true selves, basically. They're bringing themselves. They bring their ideas, but as themselves, with no, residue over them. So this is what's driving the effect or mediating the effect. So when I tell people about this, that our bodies change our minds and our minds can change our behavior and our behavior can change our outcomes, they say to me, it feels fake, right? So I said fake it till you make it. Like, it's not me. Like, I don't want to get there and then still feel like a fraud. I don't want to feel like an imposter. I don't want to get there only to feel like I'm not supposed to be here. And that really resonated with me because I want to tell you a little story about being an imposter and feeling like I'm not supposed to be here. When I was 19, I was in a really bad car accident. I was thrown out of a car, rolled several times. I was thrown from the car, and I woke up in a head injury rehab ward. And I had been withdrawn from college, and I learned that my IQ had dropped by 2 standard deviations, which was very traumatic. I knew my IQ because I had identified with being smart, and I had been called gifted as a child. So I'm taken out of college. I keep trying to go back. They say you're not going to finish college. Like, just, there are other things for you to do, but that's not going to work out for you. So I really struggled with this. And I have to say, having your identity taken from you, your core identity, and for me it was being smart, having that taken from you, there's nothing that leaves you feeling more powerless than that. So I felt entirely powerless. I worked and worked and worked, and I got lucky and worked and got lucky and worked. Eventually I graduated from college. It took me 4 years longer than my peers. And I convinced someone, my angel advisor, Susan Fisk, to take me on. And so I ended up at Princeton, and I was like, I am not supposed to be here. I am an imposter. And the night before my first year talk, and the first year talk at Princeton is a 20-minute talk to 20 people. That's it. I was so afraid of being found out the next day that I called her and said, I'm quitting. She was like, you are not quitting because I took a gamble on you and you're staying. You're going to stay, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to fake it. You're going to do every talk that you ever get asked to do. You're just going to do it and do it and do it, even if you're terrified and just paralyzed and having an out-of-body experience until you have this moment where you say, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. Like, I have become this. I am actually doing this. So that's what I did. 5 years in grad school. A few years, I'm at Northwestern. I moved to Harvard. I'm at Harvard. I'm not really thinking about it anymore. But for a long time, I had been thinking, not supposed to be here, not supposed to be here. So at the end of my first year at Harvard, a student who had not talked in class the entire semester, who I had said, look, you've got to participate or else you're going to fail, came into my office. I really didn't know her at all. And she came in totally defeated, and she said, I'm not supposed to be here. And that was the moment for me because 2 things happened. One was that I realized, oh my gosh, I don't feel like that anymore. I don't feel that anymore, but she does, and I get that feeling. And the second was, she is supposed to be here. Like, she can fake it, she can become it. So I was like, yes, you are. You are supposed to be here, and tomorrow you're gonna fake it, you're gonna make yourself powerful, and you're gonna and you're gonna go into the classroom and you are gonna give the best comment ever. And she gave the best comment ever. And people turned around and they were like, oh my God, I didn't even notice her sitting there. She comes back to me months later, and I realized that she had not just faked it till she made it, she had actually faked it till she became it. So she had changed. And so I want to say to you, don't fake it till you make it. Fake it till you become it. It's not do it enough until you actually become it and internalize. The last thing I want to leave you with is this. Tiny tweaks can lead to big changes. So this is 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Before you go into the next stressful evaluative situation, for 2 minutes, try doing this in the elevator, in a bathroom stall, at your desk behind closed doors. That's what you want to do. Configure your brain to cope the best in that situation. Get your testosterone up, get your cortisol down. Don't leave that situation feeling like, oh, I didn't show them who I am. Leave that situation feeling like, oh, I really feel like I got to say who I am and show who I am. So I want to ask you first, you know, both to try power posing, and also I want to ask you to share the science, because this is simple. I don't have ego involved in this. Give it away, like share it with people, because the people who can use it the most are the ones with no resources and no technology and no status and no power. Give it to them because they can do it in private. They need their bodies, privacy, and 2 minutes, and it can significantly change the outcomes of their life. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed this, right? Could you listen through the entire video? Hello? Very nice. Now you understand the importance of body language, right? So, not only your behavior gives certain impression to others, but your behavior gives certain impression to your mind as well. Okay? So, the way you handle your body gives a message to your mind. So, if you can't train your mind, the easier way is to train your body to behave confidently, and your mind will start automatically feeling confident. So, that's all for the day. Thank you for joining the class. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please write down your enrollment number for the attendance.
Most of you are coming with the answer C. Great. Now, could you please explain why C is the correct answer?
Goodbye, Mahdi. Thank you so much. If you have written your attendance here, you may leave the class.